Yo, Breezy.
Yes, sir.
Man, they want Aaron Rodgers to get smoked on week 1 already, man. You ready for it?
He can't beat us. He can't beat us.
At all. We're going to talk about it, y'all. Here we go. Yo, what you got on over there, man? What is that, a baseball 49ers jersey?
Yeah, man.
Oh, my God, man.
Miss Deb caught me this joint, yo, like a couple years ago. And I ain't think I could fit it.
Fire.
But I definitely could fit it. Nah, I mean, I'm feeling good right now, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a hit. Shout out to Miss Debbie.
I was just thinking if the 49ers have basketball jerseys. I don't know if
that's
they have
funny
those.
because I was looking for something to wear sleeveless of the 49ers. So even if it's not a jersey, it's a tank.
Right.
This is one of the old Kyle Shanahan hats. Remember he used to rock the mini?
Yeah. His superstition until it wasn't no more, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at them for him for moving on from that, because people thought it was like a thing, like they were really like worshiping that joint, and I didn't get it. So
they were.
Breezy, man, we got some word about our 49ers. They signed an offensive tackle today.
Yeah.
And I want to get your honest opinion on this signing. What do you think this means for the room? I mean, I think if you ignore the names, if you look at the position and all that stuff, wouldn't you agree that the time of the year this guy was signed just tells you he's like another body? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like yes and no, right? Because when I look at the San Francisco 49ers, we knew they didn't have money to sign offensive linemen. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. We wanted them to, but we just didn't have the bread to bring in a stud. We just didn't, and I feel the Niners were going to, we all knew that the Niners were going to address the offensive line in the draft, and they did. They got 2 offensive linemen in the draft. They got some undrafted guys as well. But as far as tackle, they were kind of like, I don't want to say they were loaded, but I think that was the biggest question mark, because the question mark is the weakest link being, Cole McKivitz. Can they find a way to upgrade there? And no, they couldn't. No. So what they did was they brought in a guy today that they signed that tried out with them at the tryouts for the 49ers, right? They had that camp, and he tried out, and they liked what they saw. And I think this is good for them, because this kid has the potential to be a pretty decent right tackle in the NFL. And the word on the street was he was playing really well until the injury last year with the Tennessee Titans. And so bring him in here. Let's see if his health is great. But when you look at the tackles, Mike, I mean, I got the list right in front of me, bro. It's Trent Williams, Jalen Moore, Sebastian Gutierrez. Did I get his name wrong? Alfredo Gutierrez. I always keep calling him Sebastian.
You said I got the list right here, and then you said his name
because
wrong.
I'm reading the list that I wrote. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. I got you. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Okay. So Alfredo Gutierrez, and then on the other side, Colt McKivitz, Brandon Parker, and then Isaac Alarson. I think that's how you say his name, because it has a little accent on the C.
Mm-hmm.
He's the international player, so he doesn't count against the roster.
And now Chris Hubbard.
And now we can add Chris Hubbard. So the question is,
33-year-old veteran.
33-year-old veteran.
Who was injured last year.
He got injured after game 10. Injured in game 10. Just want to make it clear he wasn't injured the whole last year. He started 9 games.
But okay, see, that don't make any sense either.
Why doesn't that make sense?
Because where are these stats from? The stats that say he only had 85 snaps or 85 pass blocking snaps. There's no way through 9 games they only pass the ball 85 times. Not the Titans. That is weird. That's weird. So I'm trying to figure out what this metric is, what this stat is. It says 10 games played with a 69 PFF grade, 34 of 85. What does that mean?
So he had 473 offensive snaps at right tackle.
Last year.
Yes.
Okay. What was his pass blocking grade?
His pass blocking grade was a 67.8.
60. Oh, the 34 of 85 is offensive tackles that he is compared to. He ranked 34th.
Yes.
Out of 85.
Correct.
18 pressures and 4 sacks. Okay.
So he gave up 18 total pressures, a total of 4 sacks, 4 hits, and 10 hurries. 0 penalties. How about that? And his run blocking grade was a 64.1.
So he's just as good a blocker as he is a pass defender.
He's pretty much even keel. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel
his best games were against, not to cut you off, as far as pass pro. His best games were week 1 and week 2 against, hear me out, week 1 against New Orleans. They got Cameron Jordan, and then that pass rush. You don't start who we practicing against. And then week 2 was against the Chargers. They had Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. Both games he had almost an 80. So 79.2 week 1, 78.8 week 2, and then week 11, the game I think he got injured in, against the Jacksonville Jaguars, he had a 70.5, but he only had, if I'm not mistaken, 22 snaps in that game. He got injured. Okay. And as far as his run blocking grade, his best run blocking grade, Mike, don't laugh, but it was against Cincinnati, 80.6.
You don't say.
I'm just saying. We don't play them this year, but.
Okay. All right.
And you know what? Can I compare him to what Colton McKivitz did? And I know
boy.
Well, I'm just saying it's not going to be the same because Colton McKivitz gave us way more. He played every game. Colton McKivitz had 1,040 snaps. Colton McKivitz's run blocking grade was a 68.1, but his pass pro grade was a 56.4. His best 2 games, his grades were even at 78.6. It was week 3 against the Giants and week 17 against the Washington Commanders, 78.6. His best run blocking grades, though, were 90.5 against the Seahawks and an 88.3 against the Arizona Cardinals. One at home, one on the road. So, interesting because we all thought that Colton McKivitz was a much better pass protector than he was run blocker because that's what you thought you were going to get when you got rid of Mike McGlinchey, who was a much better run blocker than pass blocker.
Yeah. And things have not quite come out the way that they're supposed to, but we're going to keep trying, keep throwing bodies at the position. We'll see what happens, man. Again, just makes training camp a little bit more interesting, something else for us to take a look at, guys. So, that happened. That was in the news. Then they announced that the Niners are going to have a joint practice with the Saints. I heard you mention that a couple of minutes ago. So we got the black and gold up here right now. Just want to let y'all know we are 49er fans. We just thought that no harm, no foul looked dope with the gold and the black trim. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. Biggest concerns. Well, we'll get to that later on when the joint practices start to happen later on, close to the preseason. I'm not worried about that right now, but it's cool to know. And then the other news. The 49ers are opening their season at home, week 1, Monday Night Football. All eyes are on the 49ers to finish the week 1 fiesta against Aaron Rodgers. Knock on something. Aaron Rodgers and those New York Football Jets. Wayne.
Yeah.
What a game. What a game, man. What have you – yeah. Fight's on, man. What have you seen? What are you thinking? How you feeling about it, man?
All right, so, I told you how I felt about it when we talked about who we potentially may play in prime time. I don't remember exactly what we said, but I told you I have worries about the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. I think I made that clear. I told you that Aaron Rodgers can't beat this regime when he was with the Packers, and he had a pretty dominant offense. They ran the ball. They had Devontae Adams, and now Aaron Rodgers, who he played like one snap maybe with this particular unit. You know, they got Garrett Wilson. They got some talent, but it's not like it's young, right? It's young talent, and so. I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers still has some of those guys he wanted. He made the Jets go out and get. I think all those guys are gone. Like I can't think of his old receiver names from Green Bay off the top of my head, but remember
with the light eyes. Cobb? No.
Cobb was one of them. I think
Cobb?
He's gone. Yep. And there was one more, and I can't think of his name, but they're gone. So now it's literally. They did sign Mike Williams in free agency, not Christian Watson. It was a receiver, and he was a free agent last year, and Aaron made them go get him. They was like, yo, not Jordy Nelson. He played with the Jets. He played with the Packers, then the Jets.
He played with the Packers. It was a black dude. Dude.
Yeah, light skinned dude.
Oh man, I could see his face. It's all right. Go ahead though.
But anyway. It's Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams. Those are his dogs. And they did draft the rookie Malachi Corley out of Western Kentucky. So that's the Debo Lazard. Thank you. Alan Lazard. Mark, God dang it, Mark. You be on it. Alan Lazard was the guy. But they did draft their Debo. They got their Debo, right? Because this was the Debo comparison coming out of this draft. And so they got their version of Debo Samuel. But then it's Breece Hall. I don't think they have a plethora of running backs. It's him and an Israel Abanaconda, I think, back there. And they got a pretty good offensive line. That I will give them. I say their offensive line are studs. And then they did draft Olu Fashanu this year. And then they also brought in free agent left tackle Tyron Smith from Dallas. So we used to busting his ass. So at the end of the day, like, I'm just not necessarily worried. Oh, Lazard is still there? Okay, my bad. All right, so they still got Lazard. Anyway, my point exactly. So the Niners, man, they got him a thriller in Manila, right? Because they still got to deal with the big bad wolf of Aaron Rodgers. You got Robert Saleh coming back into town. He's trying to make a name for himself. And Robert Saleh knows that if I beat the 49ers, I will never be welcome back here ever again. So he got some things he got to think about. You know what I'm saying? Because he know the faithful little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. He might end up getting oops upside the head. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a great game. I'm excited about the Sauce and Brandon Ayuk matchup, bro. I'm just here for everything. All the pay-per-view fights. Sign me up, bro. You name it.
There's which former 49er that is now there with the Jets do you think will have the most impactful game? Kinlaw, Solomon Thomas, McCreary Ball, Isaiah Oliver, DJ Reed. You got coaches over there too.
Yeah,
Robert Saleh, obviously.
None of them will be a factor.
Wow. Not even Kinlaw, huh? Not even DJ Reed.
I think Kinlaw will get. DJ Reed's gonna have to cover Debo. Or I don't think they're built for that. I think the Niners are gonna be. It's week 1, and if the Niners enter week 1 fully healthy, which you can knock on the wood, I'm definitely foreseeing that. Mike, I'm telling you right now, the physicality. The Niners are opening up at home. They haven't opened up at home for a while. The last time they opened up at home for the Jets, they went berserk with big.
That was like 98
plays.
Garrison
remember the Garrison Hurst
96-yard rush.
Yeah, and the blocking T.O. with the block. Like, I'm trying to tell you.
Man.
And Tariq Owens gonna make the roster too. He might get the block. Let me stop. But nah, I'm serious, man. I'm really loving this joint, bro. I'm saying T.O. gonna make the roster. I just feel like T.O. gonna make the roster.
See, the whole conversation was going good. You was getting me hyped, and then you threw that joke in the middle of the.
I wasn't even joking.
Like the climax, it was like a yes, you were.
I really think.
Wayne, you do not believe that kid is making his roster.
All right, he might not make the roster, but he gonna be with this organization moving like in 2024, some way, somehow.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna let that go. I like the matchup. The Jets. How about the Jets getting back-to-back Monday night season openers? Now, granted, one was at home and this one's here, but they got Monday Night Football Week 1 in back-to-back seasons. That's pretty tough to do.
Well, the last time they played on Monday Night Football, a tragic moment happened.
Yeah,
They played.
I'd have knocked on wood enough for them. Yeah,
they played the Buffalo Bills, right?
Mm-hmm. They won the game.
Yeah, you know who was on that Bills team that was in on that sack?
I don't know if it was technically it was a sack, but I thought he just fell. I don't think nobody touched him.
Nah, yeah, you're right. I mean, he still had Leonard Floyd in his face, though. He tried to make a cut, and that's what happened.
I see what you're doing.
I see what you're doing. You don't see what I'm doing. Can you hear what I'm saying?
I hear you. I feel you.
I'm just
saying.
saying.
Deal you.
Yes, Nori.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Listen, I'm just saying. Leonard Floyd is now going to be opening up back-to-back games against Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers had to plant that foot because Leonard Floyd was coming. So let me just tell you, he might not have caused the injury. He might not have got the sack, but he definitely was getting the pressure.
Uh-oh. And that pressure bust pipes or ACL.
Luckily, they're playing on grass at this time.
Right. So I'm watching all this stuff, and I'm looking at all the storylines that are going to write themselves. You got Robert Saleh trying to get his lick back against Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan's record is really, really good against his former disciples, right? I think we all know what's going on with us and the Rams. That's not even like a rivalry anymore. You got us and the Packers. We know Aaron Rodgers versus the Niners has a 6-7 record. He's got a losing.
Is he
record.
6-7? I thought he had a winning record against the Niners.
You were right when you said it was a 1-game difference, but he's 6-7 against the Niners, including 4 losses in the playoffs. Now, if you take those 4 playoff losses away,
I didn't include playoff losses. I was going regular season. I'm sorry.
Then he would be 6-3 against the Niners.
So that's what I was going off of. That's why I said I thought he had a winning record. So when I said that on the Instagram Live, my apologies. I wasn't including the playoffs, but that's when it matters the most. He can't beat the Niners in the playoffs. So Mike, a little worried about this game. This is not a playoff game.
I'm not worried about this game at all.
Oh,
so
now welcome to the side, bro. Because at
week
first,
1.
Bro, welcome to my side. At first, you was a little leery, but I think you were more leery about you didn't know when we were going to play the Jets.
Right. Yeah. It's too early. It's too early. You giving us Aaron Rodgers, who hasn't played football in all intents and purposes for 2 years, coming off of a major injury, hasn't played football in 2 years now,
and he's got to play this ferocious defense. That's gonna
I don't
have
know
their.
if it's gonna be ferocious. But
I'm telling you, it's gonna be ferocious. I don't know how you don't know how it's not. Yeah, all right.
They gonna start slow like they start.
They're
slow
not gonna start slow because now they not thinking about penning their ears. They're gonna pen their ears back and they're gonna attack. I really feel like the defense is getting back to that. Just watch. Ain't gonna be no thinking.
I think they're gonna get back to it. I don't know if they get back to it early. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think the Niners have one of their worst overall games, but we still dominate. Like, okay, have you gone back and watched that?
One. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like when we watched week 1, it was like, man, that was not an impressive game, but it was a good game.
It wasn't impressive offensively. It was impressive defensively. So that's why I'm saying the defense is gonna be fine. It's the offense that take a minute to kind of like figure themselves out. Like, what the hell? Right? And I'll be like, dang, like y'all got this, and this. Give it to one of them. Like, just give it to them.
Right. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle don't come out and throw the haymakers against Robert Saleh and let little brother know that you still little brother.
Give him something to think about for the rest of the season. Imagine if he came out and just did 2 trick plays, like just went for it on 4th down when nobody was expecting it, fake field goal. I'm not saying do all of that in one game, but give him something to think about. Give the league something to think about for the rest of the season. Like, oh my God, I didn't know they was coming in here doing that. Like, imagine Jennings throwing a touchdown pass again. Like, the way he ended the season is the way he picks up where he left off.
Imagine it not being Jennings, but it still be a touchdown pass. Like a throw. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Like TO2.
Like,
Is that who you meant? No,
I was
going to
leave, but I can't. Can't come back. Yeah, 'cause I was
I
on my
knew
way
you
out.
was looking to leave. I can see it in your face. You was trying to leave me. All right. So listen so it's cool. I'm excited for the game. Wait, I saw faithfuls complaining about the game.
What you mean?
So, okay, so last week we didn't have our home opener until week 3. I saw mad complaints about that. Why we got to wait so long and da-da-da-da-da and the time. So then now I'm seeing faithfuls complain about the traffic on a Monday night, getting there and leaving.
Guys,
I'm seeing people talk about, oh my God, it's Monday. Like, I hate that the home opener's on a Monday. Miss Debbie, I know, loves games, loves going to games. How do you feel, Miss Debbie, about a Monday night game that you plan to attend to start the season? I just don't get it. I don't know how else the NFL can make the 49er fans happy. I just think they were just...
It's like you got like the East Coast 49er fans that are going to travel thousands of miles to be at this game and
on a Monday.
On a Monday.
They're going to have to miss some work.
They're going to have to miss work. And then you have West Coast 49er fans complaining? Really? I can't make it make sense, man. I can't make it make sense. I just can't. But I just can't make it make sense, man. Because if I lived out there, I'd be at every game. And no game is worse than the Dallas Cowboys game, like, because everything is spiked up in price,
right.
And those fans travel, so the hotels are expensive, are booked up, everything. So no game is worse than that game. And if you can get and survive that game, no matter when that game is, this should be a no-brainer. It's money.
Yeah, and this one, Jets fans don't travel well.
They don't
got
travel.
One of the smaller fan bases in the NFL. They're not going to come all the way west to watch this game. Like, this is going to be something pretty simple for the Niner fans to really sit back and enjoy.
Bro, they complaining about traffic, dog.
I swear on everything. I swear. And I saw multiple people saying it. And people that I respect, too, by the way. I don't know anything about the traffic. When I'm out there, I
me
Uber.
neither. Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I Uber, I walk the 2 miles from the stadium and wait at the little hotel, and they come and pick me up from. So I can't tell you anything about the traffic. Every game I've ever attended has traffic leaving the stadium. Every game. So I don't know what the complaint actually is. I don't know if it's a certain time of day.
Oh, it could be because it's late in the day, because it's 5 p.m. and
5:20 East Coast.
5:20
so traffic,
East Coast.
like that's what people are getting out of work. I mean West Coast. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it could be that, but I just don't see. First of all, I'm going to complain about traffic any given day. It doesn't matter if it's a game. It doesn't matter. I just feel like there's no reason for traffic if everybody's driving right. And then, and if the people ain't working on the highway, there should be no traffic. Right. So I'm going to complain about traffic, period. That's just me. I'm a traffic complainer. Yeah. But, I don't know.
Yeah, it's bad that time of day.
Listen, all I'm saying is at the end of the day, take the day off from work and go support
and get
your
there early. Yeah, if kickoff is at 5:28, 5:29.
Yeah, be there.
Honestly, shouldn't y'all be there at 3?
I'll be there at 11. I'll be there at 11 a.m. I ain't missing nothing. I ain't missing a beer. I ain't missing a nothing. You heard me? I'm eating at everybody tailgate, and I'm there.
Oh man, it's going to be interesting, man. I think the Niners have a nice one here. This is a good way to kick the season off. You're going up against one of the top projected teams out of the AFC. Nice and early, top 10 defense out of the AFC. I have no idea what to expect from that offense, and I honestly believe that they don't know what to expect out of that offense. So Aaron Rodgers should get a lot of snaps in preseason if I'm the Jets. He got next to none last year. I don't know if y'all remember that. He wasn't doing anything out there.
I think I think I agree with you, but I don't know if that's the route that they would go. It's Aaron Rodgers, and I think they rather take their lumps and growth in the game that don't really mean much of anything. Like, this is a non-conference game, and it's week 1, and their game plan is to get out here and leave the game healthy, right? It's the same thing if we're on the road. Like, we want to win, but we really want to win with health and get out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of like the way, if I'm Robert Saleh, I'm just preparing my guys for a long trip. I'm going to prepare them to win. I'm not saying I'm preparing them to lose. But
we're gonna go out here and battle. It's gonna be them trenches gonna be ugly.
Oh,
that
for sure.
defensive line is gonna work the hell out of our offensive line.
Absolutely, and that's Robert Saleh. Let's not act like he is slouched. And this dude has built the defense. Like, the defense is stacked.
Yeah.
Like that's
you
their
got Quinn
strength.
in the middle.
You got Quinn in the middle, bro.
You got Quinn in the middle, and then Kinlaw gonna be motivated. Come on, man. Oh, you can't, listen. This gonna be early. It's gonna be early too. When he's healthy, that boy is a menace. But it's cool. Hey, listen, man. I saw this tweet, and I wanted to talk to you about this tweet, Wayne. I just pretend no one else can see it. It's just me. It's being you right now.
Yo, their defense is stacked. Yo,
You
did I
you
mention?
looking at the?
Did I
You
forget
looking
to
at
tell
the
you?
Jets defense?
They got Hassan Reddick too.
Come on, man. I'm trying to tell you that defensive line is going to give us nightmares early. McKivitz?
The last
McKivitz?
time Brock Purdy saw Reddick was
Nah, don't do that. It was his
Okay.
last. It was last year.
You just
and
told me
Reddick
not to
ain't
do it.
shit. Nah, because I thought you was going to talk about the injury, and I was going to say we played him since then.
yeah, we did.
We played him since then,
he
and he
torched
hit him.
He torched him. Nah, he torched him. He torched Reddick. He
But
took advantage of him.
Yeah, but he got hit by Reddick on that opening drive, shook it off like it was nothing, and came
Yeah,
out
but
there
that-
and smoked his boots.
I'm telling you this, yo. If Brock Purdy would have just stepped up in that pocket in that game, he would have took that hit too. Like, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It was
Yeah,
just one of those freak moments. It's not like
It was
Reddick
a
made a
rookie
great
mistake.
There you go. Reddick made a great play, but I'm just saying if Brock was more aware in that pocket, that would have been crazy.
Yeah. You ever had raisins and potato salad before?
Hell no.
I don't know that. Is that
Don't
a
put
real thing for real? Like I see people say it all the time, but I think that's people making fun of certain cultures and the way that they eat their food. Is that for
I'm
real
not.
a thing?
I'm
Like,
not eating that. I'm not eating that. If I'm making fun of you because I'm not putting raisins in my stuff, sorry. Nah, raisins don't go in potato
I've
salad.
literally never seen raisins in potato salad before, so that's why I was asking. I didn't know if that was real. All right, back to this tweet, man. So Wayne, I saw this tweet, and this is the time of year where everybody has the most faith in their team. So I don't really get upset by any of these kind of things, right? This is a Seahawks fan. All right, feel like Mafi. Okay, 2024 predictions. These are his predictions for the Seahawks team, right? I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm saying. His predictions for 2024: a top 10 defense, Byron Murphy with Defensive Rookie of the Year, double-digit win season, offensive line improves, Witherspoon All-Pro year, not Akello, y'all. Their other Witherspoon. Jason Myers gets catapulted from Seattle. DK and JSN monster year. That's Jonathan Smith and Jigba, for those of y'all who
Jackson
know.
Smith.
Jackson. I'm sorry, Jackson. And then his last thing says, you know what? Hold on. Purdy and the Niners fall off, sweep the Ram. Now, you remember that Schoolhouse Rock thing or whatever, one of these things is not like the others?
Mm-hmm.
Can you point out the one thing here that's not like the others?
I mean, him probably saying that the Niners and Purdy will fall off.
What did the Niners and Purdy falling off have to do with Seattle's goals for the year?
Nothing. But they can't beat us, so they're hoping that we get eliminated by due process.
Is that what it is?
He didn't even say so. Can I put it to you like this? Look at the last thing. What's the last thing he said before life is good?
He said sweep the Rams. He didn't even say beat the Niners.
Okay, wait, that's my point. So he's hoping that the Niners are falling off because they're that good. That's respect. I don't know how you taking it, but that's respect. That's RESPEK. He just put some respect on the Niners, bro. Like, I don't know how you taking it, but that's how I'm taking it, bro. For the simple fact that he didn't even say our goal is to beat the Niners. Our goal is that Purdy and the Niners fall off.
Right. That is insane to me. Maybe
That's not
hate's the
hate.
new love.
That's not hate.
Maybe-
That's not even hate.
That's hoping that a team falls off is not hate. Like that's okay. That's admitting, hey, we not better than them. We just need them to fuck up.
Yes. That's not hate. That's not hate.
Okay.
That's like, yo, somebody please beat this team. Please beat
That's
them.
like me saying, I hope somebody knock the Chiefs out in the postseason. So when we get to the Super Bowl,
we
this
ain't
year-
hating on the Chiefs. We just we hoping that the team that
Right.
they play take care of their
Yeah.
business. Houston,
Right.
Buffalo, Cincinnati. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not-
All right. I'm with you,
we're
man.
open
I'm
for
with
it.
you. Listen,
I
man.
I'll
Wayne,
take
this has
that
been
as respect, bro. I'm sorry, man. I hate that I'm optimistic.
I like it. That was a really, really good way to look at it, because I was like, he didn't even say anything about like what they're gonna do again. Like I was with you. Like, why did he feel the need to put that in his whole tweet? I just didn't get it.
Yeah, I got it right away. The moment he said, I was taught to read using context clues, and the moment I saw sweep the Rams, I realized he had no goal on how to beat the 40. They don't even know how to beat the 49ers. They just want the Niners to fall
He ain't
off.
say split with the Niners. Let's keep it competitive. Hey, we're gonna sweep the Rams, double-digit wins, all these accolades for individuals, and the Niners got to fall off somewhere down the line. Like they just got to not be as good as them, and then we all right.
And they getting double digit
year.
wins, he said, like, right? Like they getting double digits. 2 of them losses gonna be against the Niners, though.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, man. He gave us a good laugh, man. What's his name? Live like
I don't know,
Mafi.
but shout out to him, man.
Feel
I
like
salute
Mafi.
that. You get the bomb
Feel
on
like
that
Mafi.
one, baby.
Thank you very much. I'll let him know we featured his post in here, and I didn't go in here and go in on him like I wanted to. So Wayne caught me off the ledge.
Yeah, man.
I told you I want to do a little bit of hating. I said, "Can we go off today?" And this is where I was going to air it out, but it's okay.
I'm glad you didn't send this to me, and I'm glad I got to react live.
Right,
because I didn't take this as hate. This is more like this is respect. Yeah. They got a new coach too,
man.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, they definitely not beating the 49ers.
Right. Don't get us week 3. It's going to be torture. I hope we played in week 3 in Seattle.
So here's the thing, right? You know we're going to play one team early from our division. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be the Cardinals? Is it going to be Seattle? I think it's Seattle this year because I felt like we played the Cardinals 2 years ago, and last year it was the Rams early, right? And so I'm thinking this year it's going to be the Seahawks early and then maybe toward the end of the season. And we always end the season that week 16, week 17, week 16, we kind of end with the divisional game. Week 17, we play one of them the crazy games. So, like, it's going to be interesting to see who we got tomorrow. And, you know, I mean, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not putting raisins in no
this,
type of salad unless it's one of those cranberry and walnut salads.
That's like a trail mix. I don't even consider that a salad, but it's cool in a trail mix.
Yeah.
And it's cool in some cereals too, right? Which is also not a salad.
Craisins.
Yeah.
Pulls the raisins. The dried up cranberries.
So, all right. Listen, man, we're going to get out of here. We hope y'all enjoyed the show. Thank y'all very much for locking in, man. No harm, no foul is back. And y'all know what that means. No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike. That's Wayne. And this is No Harm, No Foul. Peace.